Hello, Dave back with you today. Today I have a review of the Energixis, if I guess is how you pronounce it. It's just a regular old dumb watch. This is a mechanical self-winding watch. I'm going to take it out of the box and show you what it is. So I usually review smartwatches and outdoor and fitness gear on this channel. Today I just saw a watch that looked so cool, and it's old school mechanical, no battery, no smart features whatsoever, that I just had to try it. Let me show you what comes out of the box. It is just the watch, no instructions, no anything else except for like a little cleaning cloth here. Let me zoom in, and I just love the badass looks of this thing. It's a faux carbon fiber case bezel that looks like it's etched into polycarbonate perhaps, or some sort of material. It just looks really cool, and as you can tell, I'm a sucker for carbon fiber on this channel, and I especially love black color with red accents in just about anything. So in my mind, this watch really popped. It's got that carbon fiber styling. It's just a minimalist dumb watch, and it cost me about 20 bucks. Let me wind it up, set it, wear it for a few days, and then come back with my full fair and honest thoughts. The my model name here is Voom, and it says VA216 or 216 it looks like is the actual model number. So I'm going to go back to the beginning of this video and pop that up on the screen. There is a protective backing here, so let me peel that off and maybe get a better look at what is written on the back of the case here. There we go. Yeah, Voom VA216 is the model number here. I'll be right back. All right, folks, I am back after getting some experience with this watch, and boy, I need to cover a few things. This is like a really, really cheap watch, and the information about it is kind of all over the map. There's a lot of misinformation. So this is the Voom carbon fiber, so-called allegedly smartwatch, but it is an alloy case just etched to give it that carbon fiber pattern. Same with the band. This is like some cheap synthetic band that is made to look like carbon fiber. It's not even leather. I knew all that pretty much going in. You know, I paid 20 bucks for this thing. And if you go over to Alibaba in bulk, you can buy these watches for as little as like $5.78 a piece if you buy a lot of 500 or more. If you buy like lower quantities, they cost about $6.54. And let me give you a little bit of inside baseball for watches and smartwatches online. I have done a lot of smartwatch reviews on my YouTube channel. I've got a playlist there called Smartwatch and Fitness Tracker Reviews. And what I have learned is there's usually one manufacturer of these things, and then people or companies buy like lots of them, bulk of them, and then they resell them, and they mark them up sometimes ridiculous amounts of money. So never ever buy a watch or a smartwatch from any ad that pops up on your web browser or on your phone. Those are almost assuredly some cheap Chinese bulk bot watch that somebody has just done some fancy web page for, and they're trying to market up an insane amount of money. And so anyways, that I digress a little bit, but you know, beware. These watches are usually very, very cheap, and that's why I buy a lot of these from the Chinese websites. I've taken some flack over the years about, you know, buying cheap Chinese smartwatches, you know, support American companies, buy them from Amazon. But what I've learned is it's the exact same watch sold directly from, you know, a Chinese website that, like, it's the same people who buy these and resell them on Amazon and mark them up 2 or 3 times. So, like, I don't want to hear don't buy from Chinese websites, because it's actually the cheapest, most economical way I can buy these things and bring you these reviews. And the little bit of ad revenue I make on these videos, I invest right back into the channel to buy more of these things to bring them to you. So, okay, that is a lot. Let me clear up some of the misinformation online here, all right? And let me walk you through how to set all the settings here. It seems very complex. Over here, you've got the days of the week, Sunday through Saturday, with a little dial here. And then you've got, it doesn't even say battery, it's U-attery. It's U-A-T-T-E-R-Y. All right, so it's obviously a Chinese markings to just make it look like a legitimate watch. Over here we see VA216. Here we see sort of like an hour hand. Here we see 12 versus 24 hour time. Over here we see some things here that, this looks really complicated to set. And I'll admit, I pulled out the stem and I was spinning it around to get the hands to go around to adjust the day here, to get it to the right day. I was pressing these buttons to figure out how the timer worked and the smart timer and whatnot. Okay, this button right here is fake. It does nothing. This button right here is also fake. It does nothing. This dial right here is fake. It's cosmetic only. That hand is fake. It's permanently etched into the watch case. This dial over here is fake. It's for cosmetic looks only. This dial down here is fake. It is for cosmetic looks only. However, under this hand you'll see a, maybe you won't. Let me pop this off my wrist for just a second so I can show you this. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the stem and I'm going to change the time, the hands on the watch here, just so you can see this little number here off to the side. Now that is actually the day of the week, and that is real. You can adjust that, and the way you do that is you pull this stem out half, the crown here, you pull it out a half a click, or actually let's just say one click, and then when you spin that dial, that day of the week will change here. It's just the number of the day of the month, actually. So that is real. If you pull this crown out the whole way, then you have control over the hands of the watch. And that's it. That's all this does. You set the time, you set the date back here, and that's all. Everything else is just cosmetic decoration. So, keep that in mind. The dial here is 46 millimeters. The band is a 22 millimeter band. You can replace the band with pretty much anything else. It's water resistant to 3 bars, which is like splash proof. It is not waterproof whatsoever. Don't mistake 3 bars for 3 atmospheres. Totally different things. So this is not a waterproof watch. It's got quartz movement. That has been confirmed. The case is an alloy case. It weighs 67 grams, so it's pretty light on the wrist. The 2 hands, there's little luminescent things here. The luminescence actually works at the ends of these 2 hands. On, I think it was Temu, they said it's mechanical, self-winding. That is, pardon my French, bullshit. This has a battery in it, and they say the battery life is 24 months. So let me give you my final thoughts. So this watch, for, I paid 20 bucks for it. I'm starting to think I overpaid, but hey, it keeps time, and it looks really, really cool. So I would say, if you're buying a cosmetic knockoff watch for looks only, this keeps the time, and I think it looks good. I'm actually happy with this purchase. I'm going to wear this just because I think it looks cool, but it is a very, very cheap watch. Keep that in mind. It is not a smart watch. There's no smart features to it, but I'm trying to bring you some non-smartwatches here in between shipments. I've got a couple smartwatches on their way to me right now for full reviews. I'll do those and put them up when I get them. But this one just kind of jumped out at me and spoke to me because I like the look. I would say if you like the looks of it for less than 20 bucks and you just want to look at hands on a watch to see what time it is, it's pretty decent. How long it'll hold up, I don't know. But that's what you get. It is the Voom. It's the number on the back of the watch here is VA216 is the model, If you go to Alibaba and buy it in bulk, that number is WA505. It is the same watch. But that's what you get. I try to be honest and call them as I see them. That's what you get here, folks. Thank you so much for your time and attention. If you would, like, subscribe to this channel. This channel's mostly about my kayaking adventures, but I like to bring fitness tech and smart watches and health gear to you. And every so often I go off the beaten path and bring stuff like, you know, dumb watches and motorcycles and crazy stuff like that. So thanks for being patient with me, especially my kayaking audience. Smartwatch people, thanks for putting up with everything else. But hey, these are all little slices of what makes me me, and all I can do is be authentic and bring stuff to you that kind of, you know, I bring into my life, and I like to share it with you. So thank you so much for being here. If the good Lord is willing and the creeks don't rise, I'll be back very soon with a smartwatch review. So stay tuned.